All right, look, now my channel, we get straight to the content. So listen, man, I'm sitting here vibing, watching college football, right? So I watch a YouTube channel called Street News and Politics, right? Where he breaks down a lot of stuff that's going on in LA, right? And he gave him a report card. Now listen, if you're watching this video, especially if you're a subscriber, we be in these YouTube streets. Now, granted, a lot of my subscribers, I'm always in the comments. I got like a nice little community, a couple guys I always talk to. Like, it's cool, right? But I can't see y'all algorithm on YouTube and y'all can't see mine, right? I got a burp. I'm drinking and smoking with y'all, so I'm vibing. Right now, this video might get a little long. No diddy. Get something to eat, smoke, roll something. We about to relax. Get a little drink, sip it. We relaxing, right? So I can't see y'all algorithm. Y'all can't see my algorithm, right? But like YouTube really helped me get through my day. I ain't gonna lie. Whether I'm working out, whether I'm at work, just vibing. Sometimes I don't want to hear music. Sometimes I just want to hear like a little podcast, right? So I did a paper for y'all, right? Now y'all know I do one take. I don't edit. I'm just having a conversation with y'all. This is just how I talk in real life. Is exactly how I be popping in real life, right? So I did a little list for y'all. Y'all see that? All right, bet. So on one side, I was just looking at my algorithm. So on one side, I got it listed as content creators, right? On the other side, I got it listed as podcasters, right? So I was like, let me give anybody that watches this video a taste of my algorithm, and maybe in the comments you'll leave some things that's on your algorithm that might not be on mine, and we could share. But like for me to share mine, I want to give it like a report card grade. You know what I mean? Now, when we're talking about Rory, hold on, wait. Pause. I don't know how long I'm going to go with this video, but I'm going to start with the podcast side and not the content creator side, right? Now, I might be missing some names, but on the podcaster side, I got my list, right? I don't know if I'm going to go straight down the list, but I'm going to give y'all my opinion. One take. This is my personal opinion, right? So on the podcaster side, we got Rory from the Rory and Maul Show. Now listen, if you used to this content creation stuff, right? You know Rory from the Joe Buttons podcast and Maul, right? So like when it comes to like a podcaster as an individual, right? And I'm going to get to his co-host in a second, but just talking about Rory. I think Rory is a really good podcaster, right? Now, he do got stuff with him where I don't think he conducted himself the way I would want to see a dude conduct himself, mainly with the DJ academic stuff. I wasn't mad that he left. If you're not familiar with Rory and the beef with DJ Academics, you got to do your research, because I'll be all day breaking down every little individual video, every little individual incident, right? But Rory had beef with DJ Academics, and he pulled up on his mailbox and he left a letter in there like flexing on some Italian mob type movie. Yeah, I know where you live, right? He tried to double back and say, yo, I'm not responding to DJ Academics, but it was lame because you popped up at his house. So now DJ Academics is making content about you. Now you on a back pedal like a cornerback. But as it comes to like a podcaster, being able to talk about multiple topics, having range, I really like Roy. Not gonna lie. I enjoyed him on the Joe Buttons podcast. Now, granted, I can't watch Rory and Maul because of his co-host. But if it was like Rory and someone else, it would be I could easily listen to it. Like they had a dude named Julian on there. If it was, and I think the dude Julian, respectfully, I think he's a dork ass dude. And I'm always suspicious of Indian dudes and black culture. Don't get me started on that. But like if it was Rory and Julian, I would like that podcast. But with Maul, it's a lot to deal with. So like if I'm giving Rory a report card grade, I'm gonna give him an A plus, bro. Grade A. He like in a bad class because he in there with Maul, and then the other John, I can't think of her name because I've been drinking. Listen, get y'all shot in. I got my cup right there, Kettle One. But like, I'm gonna give Rory an A plus, right? So next on my podcaster list, right? Listen, I'm the teacher. I wish I had some fake glasses to put on right now, right? I wrote it in a weird way, right? So I wrote Ice / Maul, right? Now, if you're familiar with Maul from the Joe Buttons podcast, when he was on the podcast, currently Ice is on the podcast, right? So I hyphenated him, right? Now, if I'm picking who's better out of out of Ice and Maul, I'll take Ice. And it's not even up for a debate or a discussion. It's not even close to me. But they have similar mannerisms. But what Ice has the ability to do is talk about music from like a nerd level, and I could appreciate that. Out of all the podcasts I listen to, and I don't listen to a lot of music podcasts, but I do listen to music podcasts, Ice probably does the best job of breaking down albums and talking about rappers and really being in tune like with up-to-date stuff that's going on in hip-hop culture, right? Now, granted, Ice has range. Now, he from New Jersey. Shout out Jersey all day. But he also grew up like me, where you a Jersey dude, but you enjoy down south music. So I can trust his take on music. Even if I don't like the artist, like it might not be my artist, right? Like I might not, like let's say Ice is talking about Moneybagg Yo. I don't listen to Moneybagg Yo. I don't think Moneybagg Yo is trash, but Ice might break down that album. The way Ice break it down, I look at him as a trustworthy dude when it comes to this music stuff. I really do. So like if Ice says, yo, if I'm listening to Joe Budden's podcast and Ice say an album is good, even if it's not my cup of tea, I'm going to check it out, right? Maul, ever since the Joe Budden's podcast, I never liked Maul. I don't like his opinions. I don't like his ideologies. He's like the dorkiest / too cool for school dude I ever seen in my life. Now, he didn't reign with some people. If y'all know, his brother is Biggs from Rockefeller. You know, it was Biggs, Dame, and Hove, right? So he got skin in the game off people, and then Joe Buttons was his friend. But as you get to hear stories about Maul, and even when Maul shares stories, it always seems like he's a glorified groupie. Like, your brother's Biggs, all right, so you're going to be in some circles, but you're friends with Joe Buttons. Then you're friends with Brandon Jennings, like the basketball player from Gil's Arena. Y'all might know, I know him from hooping. Y'all might know him from Gil's Arena. Then you friends with Griselda. Like, it gives off groupie activity, right? And if you hear Maul, he's just not, he's one of the worst podcasters, I think, in my personal opinion. Y'all can leave in the comments if y'all like Maul. I think he's terrible, but in the same way, he lives in an alternate dimension where he's the man. It's crazy. But I think I put the hyphen with Ice and Maul because they both have these ideologies and the way they carry themselves, where it's like they stick their nose up at you like you're not worthy. Now, Ice, if you're a fan of Joe Buttons, Ice has always been a troll on Twitter, right? I never follow Ice on Twitter, but I would see some of his stuff and shit like that, right? Ice is the definition of an internet troll. We would not know that if he wasn't on the Joe Buttons podcast. So when it comes to Ice talks shit. He used to talk shit, do all that. He could say he's a changed man all he want. Fine. I don't buy it. Y'all could buy it, right? But when it comes to people joking with him on the podcast, this is one of the most sensitive men I ever seen in my life. This is pure, unadulterated bitch behavior, bro. They can't joke about nothing when it comes to this guy. So I put him and Maul as one because they both have real bitch behavior when you listen to a podcast. The only thing that separates Ice is his ability to talk about music. And if you're a music nerd like me, he does a great job. Maul, he has no substance. He's just a guy that knows a guy. All right, that's enough of that, right? I might not go down the whole list. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. The next person, now I'm about to sound like a hater, but I'm giving y'all a perspective. Like I said, I did a list. This the podcasters, this the content creators. I'm sharing with y'all my algorithm, right? Next on the list, this is gonna be quick, Emanny. Emanny is not, now if you're not familiar with Emanny, he's another person on the Joe Budden podcast. Not always on there, but he's on there enough where if you watch the podcast consistently, you will be, damn, the stuttering is crazy. You'll be familiar with Emanny, right? Emanny is not a terrible podcaster at all, right? I don't know how y'all live, but like, you ever been like, all right, so we all work. I'm a regular person like y'all. I'm just sharing my algorithm with y'all, right? Emanny is a guy that talks about shit and you could tell that he don't know what the fuck he talking about. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bro. And he tries to sound articulate, right? No, there's nothing wrong with trying to sound educated, articulate, right? Y'all see me? I was just stuttering. I was just Maybach music saying something, right? But Emanny, like I said, he's not a terrible podcaster like Maul. He comes off not genuine the whole time. I can't really tell y'all if I'm right or wrong. I'm giving y'all my perspective, my opinion. I don't know Emanny, clearly. But everything, he always comes off disingenuous. It's something about him. Now, you got people on the Joe Budden's podcast that like make a lot of fun of him, right? Another person on this list, we got Mark Lamont Hill. If you're familiar with my other content, I am not a Mark Lamont Hill fan at all like that, right? I'm not going to get into that. But he comes at Emanny a lot. Now, y'all, some of y'all that's in these podcast streets, especially when it comes to the Joe Budden atmosphere, y'all know Emanny popped the dude, punched him in the face on Flip show, right? Now, Emanny was going a little viral. Now, as a man, listen, I'm 41. I come from an era where I don't mind that, right? But the way Emanny was spamming it, then eventually he put gloves on with the bull. And when I seen Emanny hold his hands, it wasn't as respectable as he was carrying it, right? Now, Flip was pushing the content, and I hope Emanny got some of that money out of that, right? But it was cool. I do look at Emanny, like a lot of times when Mark Lamont Hill is coming at Emanny, I feel like Mark Lamont Hill is in a danger zone, but he's safe because of Ian. Not so much Joe because of Ian. I'm not going to get into that, right? But I feel like Emanny would get it popping on Mark Lamont Hill. Not going to lie. But as a podcaster, he is not terrible. He comes off like it's not authentic, and it's a hard listen to, especially when he tries to insert his conversations, and you can just feel, like, y'all know what I'm talking about. You could just feel a nigga don't want to, like, nigga, what are you talking, like, why is this nigga talking, bro, right? So, like I said, not as bad as Maul. I'm going to give Emanny a C. I don't know if it's a C plus or a C minus. You know what? I give him a C plus. We need Emanny to like be more authentic. I don't know how he can do it. I'm a regular person like y'all, just talking into a camera. Y'all watching the camera. Y'all know what I mean. I'm a regular person like y'all, got a job. But he has to come off more authentic to everyone, right? Damn, my phone dying. I gotta get my charger. All right, so next, if my phone die, I'll definitely come out with a part 2. Matter of fact, I'm gonna talk to y'all until my phone die. We have 13 minutes. Let's go. All right, next, another person from the Joe Budden's podcast. Y'all see I'm locked in. We got Mona. Wait a minute. I didn't give y'all a grade for Ice and Maul. I'm going to give Ice a B minus. Maul gets a fucking F. He's fucking trash, bro. I like, if you're a Maul fan, please don't argue with me in the comments. He's a F, bro. He's holding Rory back. He's a F. Damn, see, I've been drinking this Kettle One. I didn't forgot to give him a grade. So I'm going to give Ice a B minus. He got to stop all that goofy shit. All that, or I don't care what the people say. Like, nigga, engage with the fans. That's why Joe got you up there. And I ain't saying go on Twitter Spaces with these dork ass niggas, but don't be throwing motherfuckers under the bus like we trolls and you was a troll, and now we see that you a sensitive troll. Maul F. All right. So we did Emanny. I gave Emanny. Now that I'm saying Emanny's name again, we're gonna give him a C minus, right? So the next person is Mona. I love Mona. Shout out to Mona, right? She got that swagger where she remind me of like my cousins and my family. So for me, like for y'all, if y'all not like, if y'all family not set up like my family, it might come off aggressive or uncomfortable. For me, I feel comfortable with Mona, especially being from Jersey. She from Philly. You know what I'm saying? Southside shit. So I feel comfortable with Mona. She's a really good podcaster. Don't know why Gillian Wallow didn't keep her. But if you kind of look at Gillian Wallow, and I didn't put them on the list, but like them niggas doing everything but podcasting. So they probably was better off having Mona than Joe. But she's a good addition. Keep it real. Remind me of my family. So when Mona's talking about a topic, I love it. Can she be too extra with the street shit? I don't care about her. Like, damn, I got a belch hole in there right now. I need a burp so bad. I don't care about her like talking about sex and shit like that. I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable like what? I don't care about that. When she talks about the street, it comes off kind of ignorant. And a lot of this street culture, I'm not going to get into a big topic, but a lot of this street culture, we got to be done with the shit. And she's really into that shit, you know what I'm saying? She was just beefing with that DJ Academics. Like, Mona knows how to get the algorithm shaking. And she do her little comedy shit on the side, right? So, Mona, I'm going to give Mona a B+. I ain't going to lie. No, fuck that. Mona get an A. She got an A. Because I'm going to give, if Ice got a B-, I got to give Mona an A. I feel like Mona could carry a conversation anywhere she go. You know what? Do I really want to take y'all around so I could get a charger? I might have to stand up and do the video. This is crazy. All right, who we got next on the list? So we got Mona, right? Not going to do... So under Mona, and then the names are like not in like order. So next on the list was Joe Rogan, right? I'm not going to talk about Joe Rogan, right? I'm going upstairs to get my charger, right? Joe Rogan is too much of a touchy subject. So I'm not going to talk about Joe Rogan. But the next person on the list, I got Andrew Schultz, bro. Now listen, man. I'm familiar with Andrew Schultz. Comedian. He's on the Brilliant Idiots with Charlamagne the God. Hold up, we transferring into the living room. I'm really familiar with Andrew Schultz, right? Let me get my list. I need my liquor and my vape. Y'all know what time it is, right? Andrew Schultz. All right, let's go. So I don't have problems with Andrew Schultz, right? You know why I don't have a problem? I don't have